What's going on, Vigo's Court? We're back again with another fabulous game. We are going to have 6. We are going to have Entity. I am your judge, Judge Vader, and I'm joined by Counselor Medic.
Thank you. Hey, Vader, how are you?
I am doing well. It has been a little bit since we've had you here on the show.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. I took a little break of streaming, moved, bought a house, renovated a house. Now we're back in. That's why we see the bare bone. But we're back to do some counseling.
Oh yeah, I'm completely ready for it too. It does look like your mic was a little bit low there, but
we can change that.
Yeah, let's turn that up a little bit. I was just looking at doing that on my end there, making sure that our audio was all balanced there. I wanted to make sure that you're louder than the pregame music and everything going on there. So yeah, but I'm excited. I'm excited for us to have both these teams play, of course. And we were talking before actually going live about how really Entity has to win out in order to make the playoffs here. They're 100%. fighting with Deathwish, right?
Yeah, so for sure. So for the win condition tonight, Entities have to win out for the rest of their season in order for anything to be accomplished. 6 has secured their spot in the playoffs, but as for them right now, they're fighting hopefully with Monarchy for that #1 seed. So we'll have to see what ends up happening, but Entities have to win here no matter what.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely Deathwish right now, actually, from what we were talking about, they can actually lose their game at 9 tonight and still make playoffs as long as they beat Entity next week. But Entity, if they lose this game, that's it. It's over and done with. Deathwish gets in.
Yep, 100%. So, like you said, you could Entities could win today and Deathwish could lose, and it's still going to come down to next week's game. But if Entities loses at all, that means they're out.
Yeah, and I am inviting one of the 6 players right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and move into our killer position, blocking them from starting the game. But yeah, I'm really excited. Also, let's go ahead and talk about the map we're going to today, because of course we're going to 6's home map as they are the home team.
Absolutely.
So where we are going, we're going to Torment Creek. Definitely a Coldwind Farm map, having that 7-hook minimum, 12-hook maximum. Kind of an interesting map, right? Like with that main building, I know a lot of survivors are going to like running it, but there are a few kind of dead zones around it. And of course, it being a corn map, should be interesting to see the killer choices that come out here.
So speaking of killer choices, what are you expecting to see? Because I mean, I've got my own thoughts and opinions, but I want to see where you're thinking.
So I have to review what they have available again, because as you know, you can only have 2 killer uses of each killer, and I need to refresh myself on what Entity is used, as they will be killing first. I
could totally see Entities using a blight here. I'm not even.
Oh my gosh, they haven't used a single blight. 100%, I'm expecting a blight. Like
I'm truly expecting a blight.
I didn't even realize they haven't used a blight yet, but yes, 100%. I think we should see a blight. Also, this is not a bad demo map, and I mean, demo is still available, as you guys know, within this league. Oh shoot, never mind. You know what I forgot? Demo's banned.
Yeah, so Demo, Nurse, and both our Chainsaw Boys unfortunately are not playable due to the bugs that Dead by Daylight in their newest update ended up giving us. Rip. Let me go. Hold on. Let me put my shock face on. We all play Dead by Daylight enough to know that every single time there's an update, we end up getting some significant bugs, and those are the newest ones. So, yep, the Chainsaw Boys, Nurse, and Demo are unplayable right now.
Man, that's honestly, I forgot Demo was not allowed, but I would have loved to be able to bring a Demo here. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does.
So I do see that one guy D in chat saying expecting a Myers. Oh my goodness, on this map with this corn? No, thank you.
I think somebody has used up their Myers, but
Somebody
I don't
used
have,
up Lemukel?
Yeah, I think somebody did use up Myers already. It might be. Is it the entities? I'm not sure. I don't have the form right in front of me, unfortunately. Hold on, I can pull it up.
I have it pulled up, so let me go ahead and look. I'm gonna look at the good old Myers, right?
Oh no, I was wrong. I was thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, no, Demise and Six have actually used up Myers. Six cannot use Myers.
Yes.
I mean, do you think we see a Plague here then? Both of them do have uses of Plague available.
We could. Like I said, I'm really expecting a Blight here, especially because Entities needs to bring out, at least what I expect, Entities needs to bring out one of their stronger killers, right? Like, we're in crunch time to see if we even get to the playoffs. If we don't use them now, we might not get there anyway. So I'm expecting one of their stronger. So whoever their killer feels very strong in, I'm expecting to see that, especially because we're going up against 6 survivors, and their survivors are just continually putting pressure on these killers.
For sure. And I see it looks like 6 we see all of their names kind of starting to go the same way. Of course we do see Nobots Rizu, that's pretty normal, but Clay looks like he's added on to his own name there. Clay the Gunner, we got Joy the Gunner, and we got Wavy the Gunner. Look at that. What coordination, right?
Oh yeah, this is planned.
6 coming out here going, hey, just letting you know, we're coming out fighting right here. We could see Executioner come out here as well, of course. I honestly, I think Blight is the only one that we really know it really should come out here, right?
At least for me, yeah. Like, right? So, and like I said, it's really going to come down to killer preference and where they feel comfortable, right? Obviously, 6 has a much... 6, we could probably see get rid of some of those lower tiered killers, or killers that they don't feel are stronger. I wouldn't be shocked to see those come out. But no, I expect 2 strong killers from Entities.
Well, I also think that, like, you got to look at it this way. It's a must-win for Entity. So we kind of expect they're going to be bringing their best, right?
They have
6,
to, or they don't have a game again.
Right. 6, it's not a must-win. You already clinched your spot in the playoffs. I mean, maybe, like, if you're vying for #1 seed, yeah, you got to win out, right? But you've already made playoffs, so it's like, how important is the #1 seed to you?
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to that. I mean, you're either #1 or #2 seed, so at that point. But, I mean, me, if I'm the killer for 6, I'm getting rid of some of my lower killers in anticipation for some much harder games coming up.
Well, with the playoffs will reset their killer usage. So that's like you got this game and one other game, so you could bring out your strongest just to like keep in practice, or I mean, you don't have to. It just depends on what they're feeling today. Maybe they want to get practice with killers that they don't normally use.
Yeah, that's true. And then I'm not sure, to be honest, I haven't looked at the schedule to see who they're playing next week and to see how comfortable they are next week against their team either. But I expect for sure, like I said, the only one that I know that I expect to see some really top tier killers is out of Entities today.
Oh, for sure.
I think 6 could go either way.
Yeah, but I mean, while we are thinking about it, 6 does still have a Blight available. 6 could also bring Blight, so we may see Blight for Blight. I think that would be fun for sure.
I definitely could see that happening.
Looks like I do see a couple confirmations in there, so I am going to go ahead and get out of our killer role here, stop blocking them. It doesn't look like any of the survivors are holding items though, with the exception of Rizu. Kind of funny there, but whenever they're ready, we'll be all set to go. I'm really excited for this. I think it's going to be a really fun matchup for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm really looking for a strong 6 survivor. I've really enjoyed watching them be so strong in their survivor play. Not that their killer play isn't just as good, obviously, but I've definitely seen them kind of shine at Survivor. I feel like in comparison to other teams that they're playing against, where sometimes the killer seems to shine a little bit more. And then I'm looking to see how ramped up entities can become, right? So like they had a really rough beginning of the season, but have been a little bit better since then. So I'm looking to see if they can continue that progress against one of the top seeded teams.
Oh yeah, and I mean, just like we talked about, like they have to win out. This is where some of that pressure of you can't lose. You have to make sure you perform. We'll see how their players handle the pressure, especially as they kill first. And I mean, I don't know about you, but when you're a killer, you don't have 3 other people on your team that can be like, oh, it's okay, you made that mistake, like we got you, we can cover for you, come over here and reset. No, like you are on your own, and yikes, like that, there's a lot of pressure there. So it'll be interesting to see how Railblazer handles it.
Yeah, and so right, you're kind of setting the mood, especially because you're playing killer first and there's all this pressure on them. You're setting the mood for how the rest of the day goes with this first match. And I'm trying not to put all the pressure on him, but it kind of is. This is a big deal, right? If you want to continue on. Not to mention you're going against a top seeded team. So there's that little added, this could be a huge morale boost to them, right? Like if you go up, you're in crunch time, you secure the crunch time up against the top 2 team, that's a huge boost going into the playoffs. Right? Because then you're like, oh, like I have the ability to beat that top team or to beat the top 2 team. You know what I mean? Like it just shows that there's a little more if they could push through this, but there's definitely a lot of pressure.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I think that it's definitely doable. Like, but we did see a battle of unbeatens actually last week. Just as we're talking about this, right? We saw Arctic Wolves survive versus Demise and get 4K'd pretty early and go down by 20 points at the beginning, right? And they never were able to catch all the way back up. So that is how important this first match really is. Not to just load the pressure on, but like
I feel so bad.
You know, like if you have like a even start, I think that's a win. If it is lopsided on either side, the pressure then just accumulates, right?
100%. Well, looks like we're going somewhere.
The anticipation was building for so long, but we finally get to see these offerings, and everybody knows what that means. You see the offerings, and that means we're about to head into the game.
100%.
All right, so we do see all the offerings we're supposed to see. Let's go ahead and review how the killer can score points. Definitely, guys, the killer will be trying to get those hooks because those hooks are how you score points. Definitely our hook points are backloaded here, as you notice that the death hook is worth the most amount of points. Progressions are worth 1 less point to kind of not encourage the camp, right? But if you do get a 7th and 8th progression, you do get an extra point to avoid point starving. If you do get the 4K, you do get 2 additional points, and an entity kill such as the endgame collapse would be the corresponding hook plus the progressions. If you want to know more about these rules, definitely hit !rules in chat because we're actually entering the match right now, and I wasn't calling this, but it's a spirit.
Wow, yeah, I totally didn't expect that, but I mean, we're looking at like a top killer, so this might be who they feel better with over a Blight, who knows. But going ahead, knocking out that door right there. Gonna come over here and check this gen to see if it's got any pressure. She's got a decent corrupt mat on that side of the map. Definitely could be a little bit of a 4 gen over there once that corrupt lays off.
Yeah.
Let's see if she finds anybody over here around this. Nope. No survivors seen so far. Not really gonna leave that corrupt zone either.
What's crazy is we actually heard a survivor breathing there. I don't know if you heard it, Medic Mom, but I actually, yep, there's a missed skill check right there. We had a survivor right there, and we just didn't hear him on the other side of the hay.
Yeah, I can't even say I didn't hear it either, so good ears and good headsets for you. And let's see if we can get this mind game around the jungle gym.
Ooh, that directional phase giving away where Railblazer was going, and really good play from, I believe this is Rizu. Yeah, it is. The Lori going ahead and dropping this pallet kind of early, making it so this is no longer, Country is no longer a really powerful loop.
Yep, and coming back over here to this main gen right here, being able to get the hit on the Nia and keep going. Let's see if they can get that read. Nia's gonna come around and try her chances back in main building to the window again.
Oh, by the door being broken, our survivor was actually able to just get a little bit further away. That's so good. Oh, coming back in. They're gonna go down here, I think. Yeah. Yep, there it is. I almost felt like they were gonna have Dead Hard or something. I was hoping, but no, just instead staying still and accepting. Go ahead and get me Spirit. No way! They mistimed it.
Too early or too late, and we're gonna end up seeing them right back up on that hook.
Man, that's crazy. To almost have the flashlight blind, like catch the Spirit slipping, but not able to get it with the correct timing. So sad.
Yeah, and for sure. So you did see that they did end up trading, well now 2 gens for that one hook. Only one other injured survivor. Doing some good body blocking here by the Lari. Gonna continue on after one of those. They get the rescue over. Oh no, just kidding. We're gonna phase walk back to over as close to that hook as we can. See if we can catch those survivors off guard.
Yeah, and we do. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like that wasn't enough time for BT to be off. So this was a non-BT save.
Yes, 100%. So we're looking at Kate definitely not being the BT player for 6.
Which that is interesting seeing somebody get the save without having BT there allows for the tunnel to happen, and it allows the progression without like kind of the progression scoring. That's a hook and a rehook pretty quickly.
Yeah, my guess is your Meg, who is injured, probably is your BT player, and wasn't able to go in. But yeah, again, so that allows for Nia to get the second hook. Kind of a little bit of a change of the pressure going on, but we'll see if they're able to get. Oh, looks like they're gonna sit there and camp on that to let that go to death progression. So we see that 3rd gen pop off in the distance.
Oh. No! No! The grab! The grab!
Oh no! 6.
Oh, and we already know Kate doesn't have BT.
No,
that's all we
doesn't.
needed to know. But we're still, are we getting a grab right here? No, we're walking around. It's interesting. I think our Spirit has actually forgotten that Kate didn't have BT.
Nope, she does. She definitely did forget that Kate doesn't have BT. Because now,
Joy is back up.
Oh, all that pressure is gone.
It is. It vanished just as it came, right? Like, that's insane.
Oh, but there we go. We have one down. And this will be her death hook if she's able to get Nia up on this hook. But knowing that she has her survivor friends nearby, let's see if she's able to get a hit on Meg. She is.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if Clay's going to be in position now. Yeah, no walls nearby. You got to be worried about the flashlight. And for sure, there's the flashlight.
Yep. Well, now you know your flashlight's behind you. So, yep, they did the right thing for them and they picked up. So that is one survivor out, but only 1 gen left to go.
Yeah, 6 has done a really good job on the pressure here.
It seemed like that they were going to be able, the killer was going to be able to make some.
Ooh, the Pocos.
And Kate goes down.
Spicy Pocos. Getting the hit through the pallet. Love it.
100%. And then this will be Kate, I believe, first hook of the game. Looking around, seeing has a 3 gen for sure. Pretty tight 3 gen at that. So with 1 injured survivor, 1 healthy survivor, and 1 on hook, we'll see what they're able to do. They're definitely leaving that hook and continuing after this injured Lari while Meg gets the save. If I had to guess, Meg is our BT player. Oh, almost. Very close.
Well,
Laurie.
it might be kind of interesting though, but Kate might be our deliverance actually, because that's a broken status.
That's
So
a broken status. So yep. So it looks like Kate's our deliverance player.
either deliverance or renewal. It's difficult to say. So I'm waiting a few more seconds to see if the heal just pops up here. No, the heal would have happened by this point, so I think she is our deliverance.
Yep.
So that's kind of interesting. Kate, of course, we were saying didn't have BT, but maybe was carrying deliverance instead. So go ahead and get the charge of deliverance without having BT. Interesting.
Yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't able to well serve her as she goes right back up on that hook for her second stage. Seeing some of these gens with some significant progress on them. Oh, and we had somebody nice and close, ready to get that unhook right there. Gonna go ahead and tunnel after the Kate. Looks like she'll make this no problem.
Yeah, and with Meg actually having borrowed time, smart of the Kate to go ahead and go for the window vault there. It's kind of risky though, because we've seen the Spirit get one grab already. How crazy would that have been to get a second grab right there?
It would have been crazy, and it would have changed the pressure of the game quite a bit as well.
Oh, for sure, because that is right next to the basement, of course. Dangerous Game 6 is playing, being over here, having 3 injured survivors versus a Spirit right here. Oh, man.
Speaking of injured survivors and dangerous games, we find out what messing around gets you, which is down on the ground.
You are correct indeed. And we do see, we're not going to pick up that last survivor, but let's talk about, oh no, the Pocos. Oh man.
2 in a row. So now it's really on Meg to see if she can get one of these survivors up. Otherwise, we're going to see quite a bit of pressure right now on that Meg.
For sure. It looks like Rizu does get up, but interestingly enough, I mean, isn't this death hook for our Kate? So now we're gonna have 2 survivors that are fresh hook, but it's only 2 of them left.
Yeah. So that really means if one of these survivors gets caught and put down, this other survivor's in trouble.
Yeah, and the only perks that we know that Spirit has brought are Corrupt Intervention and Deadlock. The survivors can't name any of the other perks that are on the field. It'll be interesting to see what occurs here. Oh, Dead Hard, nice, fabulous Dead Hard, but I don't think you make that window.
No, they knew they didn't make that window either, and down they go. Oh, right as that last gen pops. We'll have to see if we can see any of our other perks once we get this survivor up. And oh, they look down at that. I do see a glowing totem on the ground when they look down.
Yeah, as well as there's no way out getting procced, and the significance of hooking Joy before that got procced is that means 12 additional seconds of our survivors being locked in here with a Noed Spirit.
Yep, with that Noed going, you have to be concerned at this point in trying to get that one out. But let's see if they go back, if Laurie goes back for our Meg on hook right now.
Yeah, and remember how I talked about like a 4K ends up with a really lopsided score and really made it difficult for Arctic Wolves to come back last season? Railblazer went ahead and said, oh, really? Well, let's see if we can do that. And of course, we are seeing these survivors having to trying to escape. Only 2 survivors left, but pretty interesting that we're seeing they just vanished. They may actually be able to get the 2 out here.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they're able to. Spirit going over to that door, unable to find anybody at that door. Going ahead and gonna check back this one. Oh, but they did find Noed right there. Not shocking after she looked at it as she was going back to the hook. Gonna go over here, see if they're able to locate that survivor, but if my guess, that survivor held W and got the heck out of there. We'll have to see which door they go to. It's going to be a guessing game for our Spirit at this point.
Yeah, especially because our survivors from 6 are very immersed gamers. So you talked about holding W, but they're just holding W, not Shift W, W.
Yeah. Oh, not gonna make it. Okay.
Oh no. Okay. I was worried for a second. I was like, you are not gonna get grabbed right there. Not right now. That would be nuts.
That would be rough.
We do have enough hook states, though, that this will result in Entity having a good amount of points here, especially because they weren't progressions. They were unhook and rehook, right? So we do see a 2-point lead for Entity, but actually it was looking dangerous for 6 there. Really good recovery in the late game.
Yes, definitely. They definitely fought against that pressure. The Entity Killer was able to provide them.
For sure. Yeah, there were a few things, like remembering that Kate didn't have BT that may have really affected like just how much pressure Spirit could have had, because that could have been a really fast rehook, and we would have had only 3 survivors left with 3 gens up instead of with 1 gen up, or 2 gens up.
Yeah, 100%. This game really could have went either way at that point, but like we said, 6 able to fight up against that and get instead of turning that what could have easily went to a 4K into just that 2K, able to fight back against that no edge, showing that no ed's only as strong as the power you give it, kind of thing. Able to get that down and able to get that save and out.
Yeah, for sure. And we will of course see Washed in as our killer, and I'm looking for one of our Entity players here. I have sent the invite out now, but it'll be interesting to see how 6 responds. As you said, their killers do play pretty well, but their survivors are their strength for 6. So if Entity can have a really good showing versus 6's killer, that could extend this lead. But if Washed comes out and can just get a 4K or get a just perform very well, then that flips it around in 6's favor. But for Entity, this is a really good start to the game. This is actually probably where you wanted to be.
Oh yeah, 100%. Entity 16. Our final score for our last match was the Entity 16 versus 6-14. So that's definitely, you're on the winning side. While you don't have a ton of points of a lead over, you have secured a win, at least for them. So they're able to kind of be in that spot where they're a little more comfortable, showing that they can dominate against a really strong 6 survivor squad.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, this is exactly like what we want to see as well, because I mean, this is what makes for exciting late season matchups, isn't it? Like, there's a lot on the line. The game is still close after the first trial. Nobody's like clearly ahead, right? Definitely, I think that was a very good Spirit match, but because of not taking advantage and not getting at even a 3K, like we could have seen us just camp out Nia to death, right? After getting that last hook, or not Nia had gotten killed earlier. I think it was maybe the Lori or whoever they had down there, just camp them out all the way to death and allow the other survivor to get out. Like that's fine. They can get out, but if they only have 3 out, you have your Noed right there. You have that survivor there. No reason to leave.
Yeah.
You would leave. You would have a heavier advantage right now.
So that would have given them a heavier advantage, and then the one thing that I kind of remember from the match is not remembering that Kate was your borrowed time player. could have definitely gotten a hit a little bit earlier on them, and that would have put them in a little bit more secure spot as well, I feel like.
Yeah.
But with that being said, they did well. Like,
Oh yeah. No.
Against arguably the strongest Survivor squad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if we can say Monarchy and them are number 1 and number 2, but if you're putting Survivor Squad against Survivor Squad, I think you're looking at 6 as the advantage over the entire league, to be honest, on the Survivor side. So to put them up against that, I definitely think you're looking at a very decent showing.
Yeah, and I mean this has definitely been a joy to watch so far, and I know it's going to continue to be. So these survivors look like they are almost. Let me see. Almost ready to go.
Yeah, they each have their own items. Yep, it looks like we're the only thing we have 2 aces.
Yeah, I saw that, and that's why I was like waiting, like maybe they're just switching it up here in a second. But then I was also waiting on them to confirm within the chat, because once they do confirm, we can go ahead and get started. But we're waiting until then. But yeah, honestly, we didn't see Blight like we thought we would, but Spirit's a good choice.
Spirit was a good choice. We thought a top tier. My guess is maybe, I don't know, maybe they didn't feel as comfortable with Blight as they do with Spirit. I don't know. I know I'm not a Blight player, so Blight would not be my first choice.
I feel like Railblazer is a really good Blight though. Maybe they're just holding that for the last trial. Didn't want to go ahead and pull that out early.
Maybe because they have to win not only today, but they do have to win again next week. So that's something that we need to keep in mind, right? It doesn't really matter for 6.
For sure. And we do have a channel point redemption here. So Medic Mom, are you ready? Are you ready? I'm gonna raise the mic up for this one a little bit.
Okay.
You know, because we got to go ahead. I'm gonna get real close here, and I'm gonna just let everybody know there's a lot of cuties out there in the chat. Like, do you see all the cuties out here, out there in the chat? Oh my god!
100%.
I mean, like, hey, look, do you see that cutie over there? That one right there, that one, all of them, just so cute out there.
Oh, I think that one was even in the video today.
Oh, really?
That chef one? Oh, yeah, I think I saw her in that video you started today.
You know, you're right. I thought she looked familiar. Yeah. Pretty cute.
Her and her blue hair, I like it.
Pretty cute. All y'all cuties in the chat, appreciate you.
Yeah, guys, we love you guys in the chat, and we're super excited to be doing this for you. Without you guys, it doesn't really mean anything, right? Like, nobody wants to do this if you guys aren't here watching, so we truly appreciate that.
I mean, you're right. Like, we enjoy having you guys here for sure. Definitely. As a small streamer myself, I remember the days of having like the one viewer stream where it was like my phone, you know.
Yeah, yourself.
Myself. Yeah. I remember those days. But we are glad to have you guys here. Definitely, you are what makes Vigos great. All right, so definitely.
And Legum's not wrong, Shep. It's 4:30 in the morning. Go to bed.
4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
No, that's called just waking up. Like Shep was just waking up. So, you know, Shep's got to cast a game a little bit later today. So I know Shep gonna be tired.
Take a nap, girl. Take a nap.
How can you take a nap when we're over here? Like, this is exciting. Can't take a nap right now. I understand, Shep. I got you.
At 4:30 in the morning, I can take a nap no matter what.
You know, while that's fair, I also recognize the other side of it, because hey, some comp DBD, when it's exciting, when it's fun, it keeps you awake. It does.
Oh, 100%. All right, we have all of our offerings swings, and it looks like we are right where we're supposed to be, which we all know that means we're going into a game.
Oh, yes. And let's review how survivors are scoring points here. Definitely by finishing those gens, valuable gens. As you can tell, that 5th gen is worth the most amount of points, but hey, guess what? It unlocks the next tier, the escape points. And definitely, guys, the escape points do total up to 16 of the available 26 points. As you can see, 3rd and 4th escape combining for 10 of the 16 escape points available. They're very important, and I'm gonna go ahead and say check exclamation point rules for more, because we're going right into this game and we've got a blight.
I win. Just gonna call that I win for the day. So going ahead, finding those survivors very, very early, getting that hit on that ace. Definitely what you want to see. Let's see if they're able to close that down. Nice juke out by that ace.
Yeah, definitely running the Z wall a little bit. Oh, unfortunately, just vaulting right into our blight. But honestly, that was really fast. I mean, we hit spectate like immediately, and blight rushed immediately straight from spawn. Blight's like, let's go. It's time to find me some survivors.
100%. Gonna go. Oh. That was close. Being able to find that definitely starts with some pressure. Going to be able to get a hit on that Nia as they unhook. Let's see if we can figure out. He's going to wait that borrowed time out, because most likely Nia is either a borrowed time or a deliverance player. We'll have to wait and find out. And unfortunately, we're going to go ahead and put Railblazer right back on the ground and get that second hook right off the bat. Looks hurt. It sounds like they might have heard another survivor very close off, maybe gonna try and get a flashlight save, but they are going to make it right back to that hook with Railblazer making that second progression. But that second progression did cost them 1 gen.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, we're seeing Compound 21 give a lot of value early game. I mean, the reason we found that chase so fast was we rushed over to this non-corrupt side, and we actually we bumped into something and saw the survivor crouching on the other side. Makes it really easy to get that first chase and have a lot of early pressure. We do see the 1st gen fall, but Deadlock's in play, yo. So definitely we are seeing that is gonna give a little bit of slowdown. I know you guys know it's not my favorite perk out there, but on a blight, when we can have high mobility and pressure the whole map, it does have some use.
Oh, and unfortunately not able to make that window vault in time. And they are going to go ahead and sit on the ground right there. Gonna go back and check our hook, see if we can't forget that dress. Make sure nobody else is near them, and we see Deadlock go into play. But with that, we end up seeing a 2nd gen pop.
That was one of the fastest 2 taps I've got to say, for like seeing our Feng Min. Oh no! Oh, we got the hit off on the survivor, but really unfortunate there because of that blind.
Yeah, but they did end up trading, going on the ground, and able to get Ace right back down. So that's going to be our Railblazer's death hook, followed by having both I believe it's a Kate, and our Nia. Oh, our Nia is now back up.
That's an Unbreakable. Nobody was nearby, so Unbreakable is now out of play. Oh man, this is crazy. And I will go ahead and say Thanatophobia, it came to play today, so that's a lot of good pressure as well. Kind of interesting we're not going and hooking Feng Min as she's just bleeding over there. You know she's got to be 99. Taking this chase with Vipala, I mean, you could have somebody on a hook and cause hook pressure.
Yeah, for sure. And realizing that is Feng, that is not Kate. Thinking of Kate from last match. Oh, unable to get that hit. It's going to extend their life just a little bit longer. Oh, a 2nd time.
Yeah, and Feng got up. Like, we're losing pressure as Blight. Almost making the same mistake it seems Spirit was making.
Yeah. Oh, but with Feng being able to get back up, we're going to go ahead and put Nia on the ground.
Yeah, this is
gonna go ahead and opt for the hook.
This is a good amount of pressure from our Blight. Going to go ahead and where do we decide to hook is the real question.
Yeah, so the interesting thing is, right, so because they are constantly having at least one survivor on the hook and having one already dead, that means somebody needs to be going for an unhook, and only one person is able to be on a gen at a time. And because they've been finding chases so often, that means the other person has to pop off the gen to go and help them. So, but we do see that far gen being able to get done. So now we have 3 gens done.
Yeah, and oh my god, the hug tech, that was so good, just all the way around the shack and getting Leotril there. But look, Vapala was our deli, so the hook pressure we thought we had right there, we actually don't. Our survivors likely are on other gens, and this is really, really good for Entity here. Especially as it looks like we're running this expertly here, not getting hit and able to keep on running, but I wouldn't be surprised if the down comes here real soon.
Oh yeah, I mean, let's be honest, this is gonna go down real quick. Well, right there, right about there. See if we can go ahead and locate any of our other 2 survivors now that they put that one on the ground. And they do, missing that hit right there. But definitely not far off, and that Nia is injured, so we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty crazy how much pressure is really right here. Committing to the heal is our Fang, but now you're injured. There are already 2 slugs. Unbreakable's already off the table. This is 4K territory. Oh no!
That was a huge mistake, unfortunately. And they're going to pay. We'll have to see if they're able to get everybody to a hook without everybody wiggling out with that new wiggle out feature. I don't know about you, but it seems like I feel like I'm wiggling out a little bit more than I used to. But go ahead and get that wiggle. Yeah, for sure. Even without the boil over.
Yeah, no, the fact that there's great skill checks for wiggling now, like, excuse?
Yeah, now I have something to look forward to. But we'll go ahead and I'll get that up on maybe. Oh, okay, there it goes. The game froze for a moment for me. Able to put them up on the hook, so that's our second, and we'll see if they're able to locate our last survivor on the ground.
Oh, Compound 21 coming in clutch. It's basically like having Deerstalker.
It is, man. I never realized it was that great because, again, I am not a Blight player.
Jeez. Well, this is definitely going to flip the table on the score that we had. This is exactly what you didn't want to happen if you're Entity. This is going to be extremely tough here.
Yeah, 100%. We'll see this camp out until the 4K, and that is going to change the score quite a bit. Now, really throwing that pressure at the entities, but to be honest, like, it's rough because I don't think, now as I'm sitting here thinking, they didn't even have any hook progressions, did they?
No, really, like, no progressions, really. Like,
it was a true 12 hook game.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, no, well, at the end, those were all progressions.
Oh, yeah, those were all progressions. You know, but yeah, no, that was true up until then. Yeah.
In the beginning, they were all hooks.
Yeah, up until.
So it ended up being 7 hook game out of the 12 available hooks, just because of the progressions at the end. But that was still insane. At the end there, I mean, really, Entity only finished 3 gens, and now we're talking about a 19-point lead for 6. That's crazy. That is going to be extremely tough to come back from.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's dominating, but we will have to see what entities... The entities have to respond. They're best killer at this point. There is no other option.
Oh, for sure. Like, it'll be interesting to see for sure what they decide to bring out, just what ends up happening, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Well, like I said, with a score of 39-20, this is where they have to come out and bring something. Otherwise, I mean, it doesn't really matter what you left on the table because you won't be using it. I mean, this is your clenching. You have to win today. Your win condition.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely these teams know what they need to do in order to win, and Six just executed to perfection there. Unfortunately for Entity, you are now feeling all of the pressure. It looks like we will stay in the same lobby. Wasp will be the killer yet again, and I mean, Entity has to come back here, has to get some escapes. That way you can try to bring it all the way back with your killer match at the end. But this is going to be tough.
Yeah. So let's play devil's advocate. You're in their position. Who do you bring as your killer?
Yeah, if I'm Six, knowing that this goes ahead, and I mean, potentially this knocks your competition out, because whoever gets that third spot is who you play for the first round of playoffs. So by beating Entity here, you guarantee you wouldn't see Entity again in the first round. So if you want to knock them out now because you're afraid of facing them, you keep the pressure on, bring another S tier.
What do you think they do?
That one's more tough because Six, with a 20-point lead like this,
I think they bring a lower tier killer.
I agree. I don't think that they end up bringing. Actually, I disagree. I think they bring Spirit here. I think they go ahead and do it. Like, why not?
Because I mean, I guess you really don't have much to sit there and hold for, except for if you're worried about next week's game. But
yeah.
If you're not, then then I guess it really doesn't matter as long as you haven't used. And there's so many. That's the other thing that kind of like throws a wrench in everybody's thinking, is because there's so many teams that might use the nurse, the demo, the chainsaw boys, but with them being unavailable to use it, really kind of changes everything.
Yeah, for sure. All the teams that have like left their nurse uses for the end of the season just kind of got blocked there. Like, they're like, I was saving nurse for the last 2 weeks of the season, and nurse is banned, gone, not allowed. Well, that sucks.
Dead by Daylight screw us over? What?
Never.
Never.
Wait, it would do that? They would do that?
I Dead by Daylight? Get out of here.
Never. But for sure, these survivors are looking like they are ready to go. Lobby is set. I'm going to go ahead and review what map we're going to one more time for those of you that may have joined since we had started. We are once again going to Torment Creek. It is a cold wind farm map. It does have a pretty good size, and 7-hook minimum, 12-hook max, as we've talked about. That main building definitely can be something that tries to get run by the survivors, but honestly, the RNG that we've had so far, like, nobody's really tried to run that area very much, and we've just seen really highly mobile killers just make great use of this map, get a lot of slug pressure, but honestly, I want to see more hook pressure than slug pressure right now. Because hooks are how you score points if you're the killer.
Yeah, 100%. So I'd like to see them be able to get a bunch of hooks. And like I think Six was going for, but they got all those slugs down, right? Just happened to end up like that. I'd like to see like maybe a 12-hook game. I mean, that's kind of what the entities need. So we'll have to see what they're able to get.
But Entity does not want that right now, because as you know, right, Six is killing right now.
Killing again.
You don't want any hooks happening.
I mean, we'd prefer a 0-hook game. I think we all know that's not going to happen.
I mean, we've seen it several times within Vigos. Arctic Wolves had done it twice. Six has done it once. I mean,
I don't think that's happening.
You know, that's fair. That's fair.
No,
but
I
mean, Entity could surprise you.
Oh no, I think entities can do well 100%. I just don't think that we're going to see a 0-hook game out of anything.
It would be kind of crazy, but definitely these survivors are going to be coming in with yellow perks and or yellow items and add-ons. They will only have a duplicate BT. All the other perks will be unique, but then the banned perks within our league are Built to Last, Haunted Ground, Lethal Pursuer, Boons, Clairvoyance, Starstruck, and oh yes, Prove Thyself as well. And we get to go right into this game. We don't want to miss anything here. We do see Executioner coming out from Washed.
Yeah. I wish I could even say I was slightly surprised by that, but like you and I were talking earlier today, 100% expected that this could possibly happen. Gonna go ahead, find that ace quite early, see if they're able to get a hit on ace. Unfortunately, that shot missed quite a bit, and they're gonna go ahead and see if they are able to secure it. Oh, able to get one free hit on that, which allows him to build some distance on the Executioner.
Yeah, we do see, of course, Executioner really making good use of the trail as well. Kind of blocked it in to where our ace kind of had two choices: either get hit by the spaghetti or go ahead and just take the hit from the sword.
Yep, and that was a nice wait out on that and able to go ahead and get that ace down. So we're going to go ahead and make our first hook of the game.
For sure. We do see, of course, the first hook, first gen trade, and we do see Deadlock come to play yet again. Deadlock, a really favorite perk by like both of these killers.
Yeah, and I've seen, I mean, really just the killers in general playing TPD seem to really gravitate towards Deadlock. You see in pub matches and in competition, you see it being used quite a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting too. We've seen numerous ways to counter it from different survivor groups, and I mean, we've seen as many as like yesterday. I saw a team go ahead and pop 3 gens at the same time, and it just didn't allow Deadlock to proc. They actually counted it down and finished all 3 gens at the same time, and. Nice. Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah. I didn't know there was a counter to Deadlock, but do now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 99 both gens to where they are exactly 1 tap and just count it down.
All right, well, now we have them progressing, that ace progressing to our second stage. So they do lose a point for that progression, but still go ahead and getting those points for that second. Gonna go ahead and try. It looks like, I believe that was your Nia there. Gonna go after her, and she's gonna get that distance that she needs.
Yeah, and
get another survivor.
We do see that like they're knocking out the gens even though Deadlock is here. This is one of the things that like I don't really like about some of the Deadlock play decision. I feel like Deadlock is a lot like Ruin. Like if you have a lot of map pressure, Deadlock is definitely a very, very good perk. But if you're not pressuring the map, like right now a gen got deadlocked, but we didn't even go over there, and now the deadlocked gen just got finished. Like the survivors don't even care about Deadlock right now. Like
Deadlock who?
Yeah, what is that?
There we go. We're able to get ace up off that hook, so I am going to guess that would be our borrowed time player right now. Yep, and that's going to go ahead and be confirmed on that as they get that borrowed time hit. Going to go ahead and run over here, see if they're able to get... Oh, but it looks like they're not going to get much distance, and they are going to go down. With them being on that second progression, that's going to go ahead and... Oh, there we go. I think
they get the big knife. Yeah. They get the big knife. Don't have to worry about DS here when you have a big old knife.
Yeah. And the nice thing about his Mori is that it's so quick. He's able to quickly go ahead and look for other survivors that he may find, and looks like getting a glimpse of one pretty quick.
It's also pretty important to note that while we get that final judgment, that counts as a death hook without consuming a hook, right? Like it is 3 points for doing that as fast as it is without even having to hook anybody. That is powerful.
Yeah, 100%. So you're getting that ultra quick action. You're able to get right back into the game. Whereas like other killers, some of their Moris tend to last and lock them in that animation longer, which really hurts them. He's able to get right back in this and right back on these survivors, adding some more pressure.
For sure, and definitely interesting to see. We got Leo over here trying to just run the edge of the map, and definitely with only one gen left, kind of smart to do right now. We will of course see probably the down right here in the corner. Oh well, we got a good amount of distance actually, but I think having deadlock and not pressuring it, these survivors are going to get I would say at least 2 out here.
Yeah, I'd say you're probably, if I were the survivors, I might try to go ahead and get, and as you see, no way out procting on that door. And, you know, they seem to just be moving a little bit faster, but I don't know. We haven't went ahead and been able to confirm any of the perks other than our corrupt and our deadlock. But we'll have to go ahead and see if he's able to locate any survivors to see if we can find any others.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. I see what you see with that haste status effect for sure. And I think this survivor just found out. But definitely that left enough time with there only being a no way out one charge. They were able to proc no way out before that second unique hook happened. So this really is an opportunity. They could go ahead and get out of those doors and not have to worry about any more possibly going down. Now, I would say they probably need the 3 out in order to try to gain back some of this lead.
It's true. So they do need to actually have a very strong showing. But what having that hook, that last hook that we did, meant it secured the fact that it was a fresh hook, which and now we're gonna get another one down, so it doesn't even up, but they were able to get them off. But that fresh hook meant some additional points. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can, how many we can get out there. I believe there were 2 lights on that door right there to their left-hand side.
There were, but on this other side there were no lights, so for sure it should be interesting to see what they elect to do. Oh my goodness, this was Deli, and the pull of the N2, perfect timing.
He said he don't care about your death.
Goodness, that is crazy. Worried about DS, we're not picking up here. We're just gonna go ahead and continue just, you know, being right here and definitely seeing them crawl. I don't think we're gonna see a unbreakable play, because that doesn't appear to be a tenacity either, so should be interesting to see what they end up doing here.
No, I think DS is probably your only concern at this point out of all of those perks.
Yeah, these other survivors are getting healed up though, as if they are planning on making the play. And there it is, the broken status coming off of Apala. So our killer, of course, knowing that that means that you don't have DS anymore. And if you don't have DS anymore, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get you to a hook. Definitely saving the toolbox in order to try to make a play at these hooks. We see the wiggle!
Oh.
We talked about it already, but this new wiggle animation kind of powerful. That's got to be some great skill checks there. Oh, and we do see the 3 out coming into play, but
against a Noed.
That's crazy. They did cleanse the Noed though.
They did, but I mean, to be able to get 3 out after that Noed procs and that it was there in the end game. Definitely a strong showing there.
Yeah, they did give up quite a few hook states though, and that's why we do still see the 12-point lead for 6. But Entity did really come back a little bit, try to reel that back in. Should be interesting to see how this last game goes, because it's really going to be tough. Their killer needs to have a very strong showing in order to clinch this. Otherwise, their playoff hopes will die here.
So remember how we talked about not putting all the pressure on the killer?
I mean...
Oops. We're going to end up doing it just a little bit more.
So, yeah, about that. About not putting all the pressure on the killer. I'm going to go ahead and say we're not guilty of that, okay? Medic,
No,
we are
100%.
No, not us. We are guilty of that. The way these 3 matches have gone is what puts all the pressure on the killer to end this whole trial. Crazy.
It is. We're going to see a nice ending to this trial. I have a feeling, but it's definitely going to be. I still can't believe they were able to come back a little bit like that. So that was good. It was really good against, again, Survivor. That's awesome. We're gonna have to see how their killer can respond. Their killer did quite well their first showing, though. So I will be interested to see who we end up getting here as their killer.
I also am excited to see. We do see Railblazer, of course, coming back in here. We will find out if they are going to bring Blight, like I was thinking. And Blight, of course, having the best showing so far of any of the killers. Of course, Washed playing the Blight, but could be interesting to see if we see Blight come out and have a similar performance, because that could be what sends us either into sudden death or clenches it for Entity. But either way, we're gonna find out right here
Almost right now.
Almost right now. We're gonna find out.
Right now.
We're gonna find out soon if Entity's playoff hopes are still alive.
Yeah. I mean, it all comes down to right now. I hate putting that pressure on them. But it's true. I mean, we're down here. They have to stay alive, or their season ends. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but it's true.
It definitely is true. It'll be very interesting to see how.
Regardless,
yeah.
Regardless of the outcome, they've showed that they are definitely able to compete with the top 2 team.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, they've definitely came back, fought back, been able to get some of those points back. They're definitely on the right track there, and they were able to fight up against, like we said, #1 Survivor squad to come out in the lead in the beginning. So they definitely have the ability to. It's just, do they have the ability to the tune of 12 points?
Yeah, we'll see. There has only been 1 sudden death ever forced in Vigo's history right here for this season, and the sudden death was forced on a 9-point deficit. So this would be breaking some Vigo's records if Entity's able to do it.
But not impossible.
Not impossible.
No. Hard, but not impossible.
I'm actually holding my breath a little bit, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm nervous for that. I'm not even playing. I'm not even touching my mouse. My mouse is sitting on the desk.
Oh yeah. But it's still like, are your palms sweaty? Just a little bit?
A little bit.
A little bit?
I'm sitting here playing with my hands, fidgeting, because I'm like, I need a fidget spinner right now.
Yeah, the anticipation right now, it's palpable.
Yeah. And looks like they've got their survivors loaded into there, and we see 2 items of the same, so we're not quite ready yet.
Definitely not ready. Nope. I'm waiting to see, though. It looks like, of course, 6 having more fun with their names. It looks like Clay has changed his. Wavy has stayed the same, but I think even that looks like Joy. Joy has changed his name to Algebra Mathman 24. Kind of interesting for sure.
guess somebody likes algebra. I mean, that was not my subject in school. But hey, you know, to each their own.
I
And then
mean,
Clay heart nobody.
yeah. Dang, Clay out here trying to be heartless. Can't believe it.
Yeah. And, listen, I like that. I agree.
Oh no! I mean, you know, it happens every once in a while, especially with everything going on in the world at times. You know, it happens. Everybody gets to that point where they're like, I just can't believe. But, you know,
Yeah.
it comes back around. Every once in a while, you have those feelings, and then you go back to, you know, regular feelings. Or maybe that is the regular feeling.
I feel like that's more my regular feeling, and then my other feeling is.
You're like, oh, I've got faith in humanity again. You know, that's nice. Yeah. But we do have a hydrate redeemed, so I'm gonna go ahead and toast to you. You got something to drink over there?
Yeah, I do.
Nice. Go ahead and hydrate a little bit. Appreciate you redeeming that hydrate. How'd you know I needed that? Looking out for us over here. Appreciate you.
They're the ones listening to our voices, so they know when we need hydrate.
Oh, am I starting to sound raspy? I'm sorry. I need another pack of cigarettes.
No, I'm just saying.
You did that too well.
You should have heard me when I was sick. I think everyone on the production team that heard me when I was sick would say that I've done it better. But definitely, it looks like these survivors are ready, so we are going to go ahead and get out of that killer role, and let's let them just show us who's going to playoffs, right?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
All right, so definitely, I've let them know they're good to go. So whenever they're ready, like we'll just wait on them. We'll let them decide when they're ready. All right, like no rushing.
Yeah.
Definitely looks like Nancy. I know. Like I'm over here. Like come on, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hit button.
Looks like it's Nancy over here holding us up a little bit. Not having our firecracker possibly in hand, and just, you know, maybe a bathroom break, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I mean, Lord knows when we're done here, that's the first place I'm going, so.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely. It looks like we have another hydrate redeemed, so let's go ahead and fuel the need.
Guys!
So hydrate yet again. I did need that 100%. And then we got Cup of Jojo over there saying that I'll always be looking thirsty. I mean, if I showed you my desk right now, y'all would be... Yeah, actually, I'll just go ahead and show you. You said I'd be looking thirsty. I've got all these cans.
Holy moly, Vader.
I always be drinking at my desk, okay? That's just what happens. I actually, like, what I'll be doing after this match is taking these to the recycling bin.
Yeah, now you will be. It's like, what kind of drinking you be doing? I mean, you're over 21, you do what you want to do.
I mean, there's one, like, hard seltzer, but, like, the rest of them are just sparkling waters. I've been really watching the whole carb thing, trying to do, like, keto stuff, so kind of interesting.
All right, so
it's January. It's time for the New Year's resolutions, right?
New year, new you.
Exactly.
Right.
Definitely, we don't want any penalties, though, guys. So our penalty rules, you will see that we could play out matches that have penalties, or we might restart them. Definitely having two of the same survivor, having a banned perk, item, or add-on would result in a penalty. And if you want to know more about these penalty rules, I'm going to need you to hit ! rules in the chat, because we're going, and it's a blight, and this is going to be exciting.
I called it twice. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with this blight. Not able to find anybody right off the bat. We're gonna go ahead and go over to right on the edge of this corrupt side. Well, it looks like he actually has quite a weird corrupt spread from what I'm looking at. I haven't been able to get a full view of the map yet, but definitely seeing an odd corrupt layout for sure.
Yeah, on this map it happens a lot actually. Like corrupt ends up not being as helpful just due to spawning in the middle of the map, you know. Definitely though, Kate doing a good job running here and avoiding that lethal rush the first time.
Yeah, not able to avoid it, unfortunately, on that point. I'm gonna go ahead and take that hit. So the interesting point to remember is Kate was our Deliverance player last time. So we'll have to see if they ended up changing any perks. That could spell disaster for her if she was the Deliverance player this time as well. But we'll have to wait and find out on that. Gonna go ahead and take that first hook, but with that first hook, you're giving up that first gen too, so it's a trade-off.
Oh man, and Deadlock came in to help our Blight here because look at the gen that got deadlocked. It's right in the middle of our three, or like what we want our 3 gen to be. This is so good. You don't even have to leave. Go ahead and just pressure this. And I mean, I don't know what perks you have, but definitely we haven't been able to see a ruin or anything. So, you know, maybe, oh, here, look, what do we see here? Confirmed, that's Pop Goes the Weasel, so go ahead and hold down the fort, Blight.
Oh.
A little too early on that hit. Didn't proc BT, but also didn't proc an actual damage there either.
Oh, and Meg gonna go ahead and take that hit. Now, Meg was our BT player last time as well, so that's something to think about. Again, they can also always change these perks, but something we kind of pay attention to and something the killer could be paying attention to.
Yeah, definitely noticing that this survivor is just running this quite well as well. Oh, Meg healed back up, came in for another body block, sitting on the pallet. Oh man, this is really good play from Six, which of course we already know Six, that like their players have been so good.
Yeah, but I don't think that they get the
Dead on to the pallet and the stun.
Yep, with that wind in the face, that means that they're gonna build some distance. Now, unlucky for them, this is a Blight and distance doesn't mean much, so he's gonna go ahead and come right around those hay barrels and able to put them right back on the ground. So, but they did waste quite a bit of time, and now we have 2 gens completed. I also wouldn't be hard-pressed to think that there would be another gen being completed shortly as well.
Yeah, but I'll go ahead and note that our 3 gen that our Blight was trying to kind of hold here is still in play. Oh.
It is.
Wait a minute. Somebody's working on one of them, though. We can hear it there to our left. We're heading there to pressure it, but somebody's been here. Oh, Deadlock coming in and blocking us from utilizing Pop Goes the Weasel. Yeah, I hate to see it if you're Blight, but if you're a survivor, this is exactly what you want to see. Deadlock helping you instead of helping the killer.
Oh, yeah, 100%. So gonna go ahead and see if they can't get a progression or stop somebody from coming for the save. I did hear a little bit of progression on the gen over there. So it looks like somebody may be starting to work that.
Oh man, Kate coming in. Oh, and it was all a decoy for Nancy to come in. This is definitely what you want to see. Like we said, we expected Kate not to have a BT, right, due to last game. But definitely we see Lithe coming in from our survivor there. But you almost don't really care about Lithe if you're Blight, because if a survivor's speedy, I mean, so are you, right?
Yep, and he just showed there that he didn't care about it, and he's able to put Nancy down on the ground quite quick. He's going to go ahead and opt for that pickup and put them right on the hook.
You've been taken away from your 3 gen though. Like, this is a good job by the survivors to go ahead and pull Blight away from the 3 gen and be able to get some good progress on these other generators. Oh, and the unhook came very quickly on our survivor as well. And look, even this survivor is pulling Chase where? Right to where they need to. We're going to be going over to the same area yet again.
Yep, and with them unable to get that hook, again, this is valuable time away from our 3 gen. They're going to go ahead and there is a little bit of progress on that, not too much, but they're going to go ahead and see, oh, we're able to locate another survivor out here, an injured, I believe that is an injured Kate from the dress. But going to opt to leave them alone to go ahead and check on these gens.
Yeah, definitely really, really good play from our survivors as well as from the Blight. But they're finishing a lot of these gens, and that does not look good for our Blight for sure. You want to get more and more hooks right now, especially because these survivors are gonna just be able to score enough points to shut you out if you can't score more.
Oh, yep, and able to get that connection onto that Nia. And of course, Nia is going to go ahead and run out of that 3-gen area. Now you've got, it looks like, 3 different survivors working on these 3 gens, and possibly a 4th on this one over here. Does kind of have a little bit of a 4-gen setup, but again, with each of those survivors working on that gen, it's just putting pressure on that killer just that much more.
Yeah, definitely the killer's doing a good job of trying to keep this 3-gen, but with the survivors all being healthy, even with the exception of Rizu, this is not good. You know how I said exception of Rizu? Caster's Curse. Rizu's healed.
Yep. Of course, you go ahead and say it, and now it's going to be a thing. We're going to go ahead and see that all of these gens have about the same amount of pressure, it looks like. Gonna go ahead and see if they can't locate that Kate. Oh, and yep, was able to locate that Kate, and is gonna get a hit on them. And it looks like you're looking at another survivor, Meg, there too.
For sure, we are going to go ahead and consume this resource over here, which is good possibly for later, but our survivors are body blocking to perfection right here. Oh no, we're going to try to go around. That was an interesting call for sure. I think you got to go ahead and just eat the body block, because now you've extended the chase even further with now like still having another healthy survivor. And I wouldn't be surprised, the body block probably comes right back right here. And look at this gen just really coming in. Now dropping that chase, you're giving away the pressure. I think Kate's gonna probably heal up.
Oh, yep, but they found a gen that was even more progress on it. And they're able to find a survivor there, but not able to go ahead and get that hit. But that survivor is going to quickly run out of that 3-gen area and pull them, wasting their time. See if they're able to locate a survivor. They are giving up chases. Some chases quite quickly, and then other chases they're not holding long enough, it looks like. But we'll have to see how that strategy ends up going for them.
Yeah, for sure. It is interesting to see that our survivors are just doing a lot better than it seems they did in that first match versus the Spirit. Maybe they just weren't warmed up for that first match, and they're now all awake. They've gotten their coffee, because this is a very different looking match than that first match. But of course, it is 6. We know they are a very powerful squad. This is how we really expect to see them, right?
Yeah, 100%. So this is where I was saying, and maybe it just took me saying a little bit of negativity for them to go ahead and wake up and say, no, we need to show you that we are the survivor team that you've been looking at all season long. Gonna go ahead and heal right in the Blight's face, which is definitely interesting. We already have 3 out. We're gonna have to see if we're gonna be able to get Meg out before Blight can find. Oh, and unfortunately, Meg is. Oh
no!
Right there. So close.
That is unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. But with that, we're going to go ahead and we are going to put Meg on this hook right here. And that is going to be game.
That will be game. That is going to be a 1K with only 6 hook states. So definitely... or 5 hook states. Sorry, I said 6, but 5 hook states. So definitely very, very good performance from our survivors to keep the Blight down to enough hook states to clinch the victory for sure. And getting the 3 out, you've confirmed Entity is not getting to the playoffs.
100%. Yeah, they will play Deathwish next week, but their playoff hopes
Oh yes, and so we will see, of course, our survivors and killer from 6, just the entire squad there, are still actually in the running to get a first, like, for number 1 seed. So they kept those hopes alive for sure. Entity, meanwhile, go ahead and get as much experience as you can from the next match, and then be ready to come into next season and try to do well. Unfortunately for this season, you already know the end is near. You only have one more game of this season.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. So that's where we located. Guys, I think these teams both played really well. I mean, definitely showing that early entity performance and being able to come out on top against 6, which, like we said, the best survivor team we have. That was definitely awesome. But then to be able to watch 6 say, no, that's not how we're going to end this season, or this regular season. We're going to come back and we're going to show even stronger. And that's what they definitely did that last game. Both killers responded really well to pressure, and I can't wait to see where they go from here.
Oh, for sure. This is I mean, I feel like this is a rivalry a little bit, and so it will be interesting to see how it goes in future seasons. But we do have Clay here from 6 in the interrogation room. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing well. How are you? How you doing, Vader?
I'm doing well. You know, like, I've had a couple hydrates redeemed and stuff, so I'm not thirsty anymore. Like, I'm feeling good.
That must be nice.
Oh yeah. I mean, nobody wants to have like the dry vocals. You know what I mean?
I definitely understand that.
But definitely, you guys played really well. Walk me through that first game, though. That definitely wasn't what we were used to seeing from 6. You guys got grabbed, and like there were so many things that were going that seemed to be going wrong for you guys in that first match.
No, okay. So I'm gonna defend my team and say everybody had just got on. Wavy Kate hadn't played comp in, I want to say, like 3 months, and we actually could not keep a straight face that game. We just kept yelling in each other's ears, and it happened to be against the Spirit. We were just laughing. Like it was just, we were actually trolling by accident, but trolling as hard as we could. Like, Wavy K even asked if the killer had thrilling tremors, so you already knew it was a bad game.
Oh no. Yo, Clay, that's all you had to say to sum up that match for me, all right? I'm gonna let you know right there. But you said, asked if he had thrilling tremors. All right, I got you, Chief. But yeah, that was definitely very, very fun, for sure. It was kind of interesting. I was like, honestly, you guys could have gotten 4K'd there. You know what I mean?
We should have gotten 4K, to be fair. Like, we really should have. Luckily, 4 gens got done during whatever the hell I was doing. I couldn't hear, like, any phase, so... Like, I'm surprised I even lasted anything.
I'm glad you said it, because I was going to point out, I was like, I didn't know what you were doing either, Clay. Like, it was kind of funny. It was like... You
can tell between our performance in the first game and the last game how much less people were screaming, so...
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I made a comment while you guys were surviving in that one. I was like, I think they woke up. They've had their coffee and stuff now. I think before they just didn't have any warm-ups or anything. That was the warm-up.
Yeah, no, I woke up 40 minutes before the game. Joy King's alarm was set for 3 p.m., which was when our game started. Like I said, we just didn't have enough survivors, so Wavy came out the cut, and it was horrible. Like, after the Spirit game, we actually played a pub to warm up.
Oh yeah, my
Joy
goodness.
King getting grabbed was worse than whatever Wavy did. I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna say Wavy is responding in the thing. At least I didn't get grabbed off hooks.
I mean, yeah. I was almost screaming here, like, what? You're getting grabbed? Oh my gosh! At one point, there was only one survivor up, and they were injured. I'm like, what is happening right now?
Although Joy King did get grabbed, Wavy missed a wide open flashlight save that he shadowed me for.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, it totally did. It looked like me trying to get a flashlight save, honestly, for a minute there, because I don't know if you guys know this, but definitely if you're watching Q's Ash to Eerie series, you'll probably see, I'm sure Q will put it in there, that one guy D was pretty upset with me. I missed 5 flashlight saves in a row during one of those sessions. It was interesting.
Oh my goodness. No, that's funny. And it's funny. It kind of like mimicked that where you see the meme where Dwight's like flashlighting the sky. Like, that's what it kind of reminded me of for a minute.
Hey, it's good though. It's good. It was just a mistiming, honestly. Like just a hair too early.
Yeah, it's just ironic that with that hair too early, it was Wavy, because Wavy talks the most about flashlight saving throughout the group.
You know,
you talk about that meme with the Dwight aiming at the sky, but we genuinely call that Joy King.
Oh my god.
We've all known of each other or each other since our Xbox days years ago, so it's all jokes, but the memes carry on.
I mean,
it was the first of the day. It was your work. I don't want to hear it, Wavy.
Oh my gosh, shade thrown. I love it. It got darker in here all of a sudden. I don't know if it was a cloud or the shade that is being thrown by Clay. Either way, it's all good. It's probably the shade.
Yeah, the shade, 100%.
But yeah, definitely, you guys are still fighting for a #1 seed, Clay.
Who are you fighting against?
You're fighting against Monarchy. You have to win out if you want a chance at it.
You have to win out, and then Monarchy needs to lose.
Yes.
So I'll be trying to coach whatever team plays against Monarchy.
You heard it here first. Clay is over here offering up coaching for the team that's going against Monarchy. My goodness.
Yeah, we'll have to look at the calendar for that, and we'll have to let you know on that one.
Definitely though, you got anything to say to the fans of Vigos, fans of Six, or to your opponents or future opponents for the playoffs? Gonna go ahead and put something out there for your future opponents?
No, because I don't even know who they're gonna be at this point, and if we're gonna troll like we did today, we're probably gonna get first rounded. But no, I'm just gonna shout out Wash Wash played really well. Wash carried us today. So,
definitely
best play.
Wash Blight, my goodness, coming out and just showing us the power.
You know, if you're Wash, you're going, what are these idiots doing?
Why?
Goodness. I was supposed to have an easy day. I fought all season for this.
I mean, to be fair, Wash was also a part of whatever the hell we were doing.
That's true.
Because he was going for J-Flicks on Pyramid Head, but I mean, that's on him.
I mean, yes, that's definitely fair. Notice that for sure. But yeah, definitely. I think you guys definitely made it not easy for Washed on the Blight, because I think that probably caused a little bit of stress. Like, guys, what are you doing? But definitely, you guys recovered quite well, and we do see 6 convicted of murder. Guys, we do have another game that will be coming up here real soon. It looks like we got hour and a half before game time for our next one. So guys, make sure you're stretching, make sure you go ahead, get some lunch. Clay, since you just woke up, go ahead, get yourself some breakfast, you know? Go to the cabinets at your place and get some food. It's on me, okay, bud?
I have 2 bottles full of G Fuel. I'm about to snort because energy.
Let's go.
There you go.
Let's go. I'm ready. But guys, that's going to be all from us right here. So definitely we do see 6 convicted of murder, but that's it. Court's adjourned.